And we've returned for more Shadowscape. A few things before we continue. I've refined the special skills for our party members. I don't use them too often, so what I did was kind of tweak them a bit. For Wolf, he has a skill called Tactics. If there's an ally next to him, that will give the ally 1 +1 attack bonus for 1 turn per combat encounter. The second skill is Intimidation bonus. 2d20 roll when intimidating, choosing the best roll, which will be in tied with Charisma. Next is for Rayla, Infravision, Detection. So basically, Infravision's the same, 60 feet. That should be not inch 60. That's not exactly a helpful skill if you only can see 60 inches ahead of you. 60 feet. Detection. So what I did for this one is 2d20 for Wisdom, best roll. Immunity, obviously, ghoul paralysis. I kept that the same. Magic in my world is ever changing. I'm trying to figure out a norm. And I'm thinking of adopting where magic is. This is a low fantasy, low dark fantasy. So magic is so abnormal and rare. It's only used with imbued artifacts. So artifacts that have magic imbued, endowed with them, what have you, can only be conjured by people who are willing to use magic or familiar with it. So she has an ability called Magical Artifact Affinity. When she wants to use a magical artifact, she has to roll 2d20 for wisdom, choosing the best roll. Success is a spell cast. Anybody else can use the magical artifacts, but they have to roll. They would roll default 2d20, choosing the lowest roll because they're not familiar with magic. That's really it for her. And then for our dwarven friend, Garlax, Stone's Endurance, AC -1, once per encounter, once per combat. I should say once per turn, to be a little more specific. Mighty Blow, +1 attack bonus, once per combat, same thing per turn. And then Improvision, that's the same as usual. And Sarb is somewhere here, hiding. There he is. Sarb still has the assassin list of item skills, which I keep forgetting or I just don't use that often. Okay, now got a new notepad here to keep track of things. I have refined the map just a bit, cleaned up just a hair. Labels are now numbers, so 1 for the Kingdom of Shadowscape, 2 is up here for Dark Hollow, 3 is obviously Hexberry, 4 is I call it now Craven Peak. It's the Dwarven Stronghold instead of the Claven joke from Cheers. 5 is where we are, Tower Purge. It's back to Tower Purge. I don't know why I went with Purge Tower. I think in that moment it was sounding okay, but I'm back to just nicknaming it Purge for now. But our team is facing the entrance of the Tower of Purge, and like I said earlier, there's a moat surrounding it of fire, and they have to figure out a way in. So originally I said there was no drawbridge. Well, I'm going to throw that in there that there is a drawbridge, but it is up. So that is one thing they got to find to lower. Now, to make that happen, they have to defeat something. This Tower of Purge kind of looks like I'm thinking Mordor. Lord of the Rings is just this big giant tower that is a strange, translucent, dark color. Kind of blends in with the environment. There's not an eye, obviously, but there is fire coming from the top, and there's a strange, like, red aura around the tower. Now, there are flying. Think Harry Potter. I think the Dementors. Think these strange spiritual creatures, bats flying around the tower's head, and they're kind of circling the tower itself, like they're drawn to it. And then we have the moat surrounding the tower that's of pure fire. So it's a mixture of just solid flames, perhaps lava. Most likely that makes the most sense. With fire, there's lava. And then the entrance is right here with the drawbridge as it is up right now. So you see the chains here. Our team is right here in the front of the tower. So there's the barren landscape of the Deadlands. Now, we got to find a way in there. We got to find a way to lower that bridge. So, like I said earlier, you have to defeat an X amount of these flying spirits to lower the tower. The Tower of Purge is sentient. It is a living thing, but it is more so a creature of neutrality. It only is there to exist without judgment. Its history is unknown, but it is there existing in the timeline, in the reality. Now, our team sees the drawbridge. Again, I'm slightly retconning the last episode. We got to find a way to lower that drawbridge. They're looking around, trying to see if they can get using an arrow from I think Rayla, and firing an arrow to the top above the drawbridge with a rope, which I think we do have a rope here, if I'm not mistaken. I'm gonna check my inventory for all my characters. Doesn't look like 10-foot pole, but that probably wouldn't be enough to reach the drawbridge. Rope. Yep. So Sarv has rope. While they're kind of looking through their inventory, suddenly the spirits screech in the air, and they dive at our team. We are now in an encounter. So what we'll do is detail these flying creatures, these flying spirits. I'll just call them that. So we have an encounter, and we have, let's say there's, based on my drawing here, there's 4 of them. I'll just say there's 2 for now. So 2 flying spirits. As they swoop down from the sky. And timing-wise, I almost forgot to detail that. I still have my prior notes here off to the side. Just wasn't a fan of this yellow legal pad. The pages were getting a little loose. It is 10 a.m., so around this area, it feels like night. But it is technically, let's say, 11 a.m. But the surrounding area is darkness. So I'll put that in here, darkness. I'm going to write in my notes here for Tower of Purge, solid, darkness, surrounding area. Let's say 1 tile each way. So basically 3 by 3 surrounding the Tower of Purge. 3 by 3 effect. I'm gonna star this here because that's a good environmental note. Okay, so we have 2 flying spirits that swoop down to attack our party. Their damage die, we're gonna keep them relatively normal for now. 1d6, AC of 4. That will be AC 4, and then the HP of 6. Now there's flying spirit number 1, flying spirit number 2, and will tally up as they get hurt. Okay, so we're now in an encounter. They swoop down, our team prepares for battle, and we will start off the top with our 2d20s, rolling with our lucky dice tray. Okay, here we go. This is the first attack. So 7, they strike. Wolf, actually they don't. 19. Wolf does not strike, get hurt. He got lucky there. So let's take out the die. Wolf though, 8 with the attack bonus. 9, 10, 11, 12. Sorry, 9, 10, 11. And then 11 plus the 6, 4. That's going to be a miss. So Wolf also misses, meaning it was a mutual encounter. Next is going to be Rayla. She prepares for the battle. Let's see, what skills does she have? Is she close enough to... Let's see, what about the skill I talked about earlier regarding Wolf? 1 plus attack bonus. Okay, let's use that. So he'll give Rayla 1+ attack bonus temporarily for this turn. Is she close enough? Let's say 75% chance. She's not. Shoot. Okay, so she cannot use the bonus for now. All right, let's roll for attack. Both sides. Oh, she gets a hit easily. They do not. So 9 plus the 6, her AC, that's 15. So let's withdraw their attack die. Her damage die is going to be 2d6 daggers as she strikes them, swooping down. That's going to be 8 damage, which takes out one of them. Okay, so she'll get 10 XP for that kill. Next is going to be Garlax as he prepares with his battle axe. I'm sorry, I forgot he doesn't have a battle axe. He has a warhammer, which is just a d6. Okay, so is he close enough to? I'm gonna say he is. So he'll get that +1 bonus from Wolf in this next roll. +1 bonus. They both hit. That's easy math. Okay, so +1, the +2 additional, and then 3 up here. That's 19 and plus their AC, so that's it. They both hit though, so both of them take damage. Garlax is hurt. That's the concern here. So we might lose him in this round, or I might fall unconscious depending on how I treat this game of difficulty. Let's do his damage first. 1d6 Warhammer. Okay, puny one. Barely scrapes the tangible flying spirit. Okay. They are a d6 also. Fingers crossed. He's at 5, so 6, 7, 8. You're looking for 3, 2 damage. And he's unconscious. Okay, so basically here's how I'm going to treat it. With getting struck by these creatures, let me max out his damage. 6, 7, 8. Here's what's going to happen. We're going to do a saving throw. Just kind of making this up as I go. And the saving throw will be, whoops, hitting the camera. The saving throw will be, let's see, maybe when they turn to stone. So let's try that. Let's try paralysis. Some effect to that extent. 10 or higher. Oh, not good enough. Okay, so he is frozen in time. We'll just say that. So Garlax is that's a big narrative twist here. Garlax is frozen in time. Not dead, but he's out of this combat. Frozen 3. Alright, frozen in time. Okay, so Garlax is out of combat. Keep the sheet off the side. Next is Sarv. And we're rolling for attack. There we go. Okay, here we go. You know, I forgot to use one of his skills, Stone's Endurance. But it wouldn't have mattered because they still hit him. Okay, yeah, he still hits a mighty blow, right? So it wouldn't have mattered. Okay, here we go. We're gonna be attacking with Sarv. Sarv is complete miss, and he gets hit. And he is badly wounded. He cannot afford to get hit right now. Okay, so he get 14 plus the 7. Yeah, that's a hit. That's 20. All right, it's 21. So he gets hit. Yeah, we don't even need to roll for damage because that's going to be 1 or more. So that's 6, 7. Okay, so he's also turned to frozen in time. That sucks. We lost 2 characters in this one bout. Frozen in time. They appear frozen. Oh, I'm sorry. Saving throw. I almost forgot. His saving throw for paralysis is 13. Wouldn't have mattered. He's still. Yep. Okay. So that note is relevant. So accurate. Okay, we're back to Wolf. Wolf shouts in rage as 1.5 of his friends have been turned frozen in time. So basically, they appear frozen. They glitch a bit, like they're fading in and out of reality as they're just standing there, doing whatever last action it was. So both characters were obviously hit or passed through by these creatures. So now we're back to Wolf. He can't use tactics, or he used it. Intimidation, that wouldn't exactly work on these mindless spirits. So let's roll for attack. Neither of them get a hit. Okay, so next is Rayla. Okay, here we go. She only has one hit on her. Rolling for attack. Let's see any skills that would. Now, Ghoul Paralysis. I'm going to give that to her for this one. If she gets killed, if she gets taken out, she will not be. She will be immune from that. These aren't ghouls, but I'm going to take that skill and house rule it for this occurrence, for this encounter. Let's roll for attack. She hits. They do not. 19 total. She obviously gets a hit. No math required. Plus her AC. So we'll roll for her damage. Okay. She's using her daggers once again. Her 2 silver daggers. That's a home run. So these were actually very difficult for most of the team. So she gets a 10 for that. And then a bonus 10 for defeating them, for soloing them both on her own. So that that flying spirit. Okay, now, while those creatures have been defeated, there's still 2 more flying about, but they do not come after the team. As they defeat those 2, let's see what happens. Let's roll on the mythic. Oh yeah, by the way, for my followers who look at my polls, the voting for what oracle should I use for Shadowscape, the remainder, or to some extent, one page mythic tied with the GM cheat sheet. So I'm going to be using this one for today. All right, let's see what happens. We have 8, which is break. Okay. 43. Important. Okay, important meaning the characters in breaking, I believe our 2 allies who are frozen in time break out of that spell. So they are they both unfreeze from time. They are freed, but they collapse because they are gravely injured, life-threatening injuries, and they have to be healed, or they will die. So I'm gonna give them how many hours until they die? Let's see. I'll choose the lowest roll. A 2d6. 4 hours. Okay, so they have 4 hours to heal, to get healed. Or they die. DED, dead. Now, so Sarv and Garlux are out of commission, unfortunately. Neither of our 2, Rayla and Wolf, took no damage in that bout. Which means there are no potions right now in our inventory. I don't see any potions at all, except for typical rations. Which means our team has to make a choice here. But while they were killed, the drawbridge, the ground starts to shake around them. And they see the drawbridge starting to lower itself down. And it lowers right in front of them. And there is a blast of wind and cold air that kind of puts the flames out in front of the tower. And the wind approaches the team, and they can hear the sound of screams, lost spirits leaving the tower as the drawbridge is down. So they defeated those 2 flying spirits, just kind of vaguely naming them that. But the drawbridge is down because, like I said, the tower is sentient. I'll write that note down because it's rather important. I think I put that detail here too. Let me put that in quotation. Let's see. Parentheses. Sentient. All right. Now, they look at the entrance revealing itself the to our team. Our team is looking directly in there, and it's just pure darkness. There is no visible light source inside the tower, just like a black hole. It's completely dark. There's no visible light. So, the general area surrounding the tower, like I said, I did write it's pure darkness, but there is some visible daylight. I won't say solid darkness. I'm gonna withdraw that statement. It's just dark. So let's say that the tower is let's see, 3 by 3, about 50% darker darkness. There we go. 50% darkness. I think that's fair. And now our Wolf, being the leader he is trying to decide what to do. We Garlox and Sarv are unconscious. They have 4 hours to heal, to recover. They have no potions, and it will take them much longer. Let's see, how far will it take them to get back to Shadowscape? So they're here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, half a day of travel. More than half a day's of travel. Plus an additional handful of hours in case there's more encounters, because they, again, are in the Deadlands. So the encounters delay. Usually I like to go half an hour per square, per tile. So an encounter could push that even further. They don't have enough time. The 4-hour estimate is based on Wolf's and a general consensus by Wolf and Rayla, depending by their damage, their injuries. So more so, it's a spiritual injury for both, soul-related injury for both Sarv and Garlax. It's not physical wounds that's killing them. They're being drained of the life force because they were, again, I think Dementors trying to suck out their. If I'm thinking the correct creature from Harry Potter, sucking out their soul. So they realize that perhaps modern medicine, potions won't help them. It has to be done using something more. Now, when they are looking into the tower, there is a sound coming from the left, from the tile to the left. And let's figure out what that sound is exactly. Let's roll on this tile here. So 19, what they hear is conclude. That's a 69, 66. Conclude new. They never heard the sound before. So, I don't think I'm going to use that roll. It doesn't make any sense to me. So the team has to either rest or they're going to go inside with the bodies. Maybe there's something in the tower that can help them. They're realizing the tower. Wolf is thinking the tower is sentient to an extent. If the drawbridge lowered itself, then it's like taking steps to a goal. So it helped them, but they first had to sacrifice something to get inside. So they're going to pick up the bodies of both Sarv and Garlox and walk into the tower, as they decided. They enter the tower. We're now in tile. This would be tile. Well, it's just 5. So let's say it's tile R. Yep, they're in the tile. So I'll do this, and then I'm going to square it. They enter the tower, and as they enter, they look up, or they look around themselves. The room starts to take shape, and it actually seems to morph in front of their eyes. There's a vast spiraling staircase exposed that goes all the way to the top of the tower. There are no ceilings. It's just a giant tower. If you're inside like a large chimney, you can look up and you can see the top of the tower. There's something up on the way to the top. but around them is just cobblestone. There is, let's say, there's bodies, there's skeletons, there is random loot weapons around them. But then the drawbridge, as they enter, let's see, spiraling staircase, and then it's exposed. Just for a little environmental note here. And there is loot. There is some, again, dead corpses of possibly other adventurers. There is weapons. So they look around, and they are obviously eager to find something that helps them help their comrades. So did they find anything that helps them out? I want to say 25% chance. They do. Okay, so what did they find? Let's see what they find. 20. Concluded. I'm going to re-roll. I don't want to get concluded again. 84. Player characters related. Okay. 19. Dark. Ooh. Okay. So they find a darkness. Huh. I have an idea. They find on one of the corpses. It's a dark jewel. So it's a dark jewel, kind of like a dark purple almost. It is slightly, you can see through it. There's like a kind of wavy motion inside of it, it almost looks like there's something moving around inside. So they take it. It's very solid cold. I say Wolf grabs it, and he notices that there is a cap. So it is, not a cap. It's not a vial, but there is a strange aura to it. So he's gonna pocket this jewel. And Sarv, remember, Sarv and Garlax, Sarv is there to collect something. Garlax is along for the ride. The dark jewel, I'll say it's valued at, let's say, 500 gold pieces. Quite a bit. I'm going to say that's something quite special to a certain someone. I'm going to spoil it now. That is what Sarv was here to collect, and that's the dark jewel. But that's not what our team is here for. So Wolf is thinking that's what Sarv is here for. It just happened to be on one of the looters, the dead human that was on the side, probably against the wall. So they look up and they see more of those spirits flying around the very, very top level, looking down at them but not approaching them. And that's where I'm going to leave off this episode. So I hope you guys enjoyed. We have 2 characters down. That was really good. I enjoyed it. I hope you guys did too. If you enjoy my content, please watch my other videos. Feel free to subscribe. And I appreciate your time. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.